Hi everyone, this is Alison Ray from Alison Ray's Dance Company. And today this video is going to be Kokuma Dance Company. I danced with Kokuma in the late 90s with the artistic director at that time, Patrick Acogny. But today I'm going to be talking about, from my research from this video, I found out some really interesting information that I didn't know anything about. So I came across the thesis by Dr. Bob Ramdhanie, who was one of the founding members of Kokuma Dance Theatre at the time. And when I was reading his thesis, actually, I want to thank the Lord as well for this platform that I'm able to share my thoughts with you. So when I was reading his thesis, it was so interesting because originally, well, Kokuma started in the 1970s, but originally the name of Kokuma was Mystic and the Israelites. Yes, Mystic and the Israelites. Mystic and the Israelites. Why do you think it was called that? Because at the time in Birmingham, the Handsworth area, there was a lot of Black British youngsters who were born in the UK, but they didn't have that link. The parents and the community organizations, Mr. Ram Dhani himself as well, felt they lacked that connection with their African and Caribbean culture. Also in his thesis, quite clearly, quoting him, he said they were aware that music and dance were magnets to many young Black people. And this was a similar premise as well with Phoenix, how Phoenix started, because it brought a lot of these Black youngsters together. So Mystic and the Israelites was born, and that was in the 1970s. Here I'm going to share with you a video where Mr. Ramdhanie, the Dr. Ramdhanie, explains the origins or his work with Kokuma Dance Company. This video is from Generations. I'm just showing an extract, and then you can watch the link below for more information.
Hi, my name is Bob Ramdhanie, and originally started Kokuma Dance Theatre Company in Black Voices and the Cultural Centre in Handsworth and the Cave Art Centre in Handsworth. So in a sense, a local brother.
Okay, so that is a short clip from Dr. Ramdhanie. I call him Dr. Ramdhanie because I've seen it written Dr. Ramdhanie. Yes, so that was Dr. Ramdhanie. He's explaining the origins, that he was one of the founding members of Kokuma Dance Company. So really, it was actually to respond to a need in Birmingham. But then what happened? Mystic and the Israelites disbanded. But with the persistence of Pat Donaldson, Doreen Forbes, Hugh Watson, they all went to see Dr. Ramdhanie and they wanted to recreate Mystic and the Israelites, but I think it wasn't possible. But you can read the thesis, it will explain that transition. So they came up with the name Kokuma. Now, Kokuma in Yoruba, from Nigeria, Yoruba means this one will never die. And this was May 1978. And Kokuma lasted, they were performing, creating work, all the way up to June 2000. So that's 22 years. 22 years. But it's probably more than that. But I calculated from 1978 to 2000, which gives you 22 years. But it might be a lot more than that because they started in the 70s. So it's a rough angle. Yeah. So this is really, really interesting. I found, for me, it resonated with me. Also, so as Kokuma got started, they had various different choreographers who would come in and create work on the company. The company also was able to develop, because due to funding, they were able to go to Jamaica, and they worked with the National Theatre, the Jamaican National Dance Theatre, and they learned the craft of creating work. So they learned about the discipline of, you have to take classes in the morning, you know, because you need to maintain your body and your mind so that you can perform these choreographies that is going to be created from all these wonderful choreographers. So eventually, so it looks as though it's 10 years later, they had artistic director Jackie Guy, who was a former member of the Jamaican National Dance Theatre. He was asked to, he had choreographed previous work for them, but I'm just actually condensing it. If you read the thesis, you'll find out when actually Jackie Guy started as artistic director. But what I found is 1988 is when he was fully employed as artistic director for Kokuma, according to the thesis. And what was interesting about Jackie Guy had a great impact on the company, because he was able to work in all fields, not just dance. He designed the costumes, music, choreography, he did the admin, social welfare, the technical. He was involved in all aspects of developing Kokuma dance theatre. So also, I think he was a great role model to a lot of artists who came through Kokuma. You've got Gail Parmel, who went on to have Ace Music and Dance with her husband, Ian Parmel. And there's so many others. I noticed the other day, there was a gentleman I saw online who is now a director of a school in America. He worked with Kokuma. So many people came through Kokuma dance theatre. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a short clip that I managed to find, because Kokuma Dance Theatre, you can see an extract from their work, which is used on BBC Bitesize for Key Stage 1. But it could be used for anybody, but I found it on there. So let's have a look. So here's a short extract from Kokuma Dance Company. They performed this for Blue Peter. You can find this on BBC Bitesize. I'm just showing you a short extract. Okay, so that was just a short extract of Kokuma Dance Theatre. Yeah, so that showed you in that clip you saw, I couldn't find the date for that clip actually. So those of you who worked for Kokuma or have an idea, you might be able to put a comment down below and give us an idea of when that clip was made, but it was for Blue Peter. I don't believe Blue Peter is still going, but it was interesting. Some of you might be able to recognize some leaders of today. So they came through Kokuma Dance Company. I wanted to say also, if you look at Dr. Ramdhanie's thesis, he actually goes through a lot of the choreographers who worked with Kokuma at the time. So we're going to have a look at the thesis, and because he mentioned Hermine McIntosh, Chester Morrison from Wolverhampton. These were the founding members. This was when it was Mystic and the Israelites, who was supported by Ben Badu. Also Judith Parmel, when you look at her videos, she speaks to some of these founders. So have a look at her videos because they go through all of this in more detail. So now I'm going to have a look at the thesis. Let's have a look at the thesis, which goes into more depth. So now as we look at the thesis, as we go through, here it tells you, so it's between 1988 to 1994. It was under the artistic direction of Jackie Guy. Now here it says the company created Elements 1988, Soul Less Game 1989, Still We Rise 1989, Profiles in Black, Repercussions and the History of the Drum. Now here are some of the posters from that era. And what I liked about this actually thesis is Dr. Ram Dhani's work is you were able to see what I was thinking of doing now is having a look at the choreographers and see where they are now. So if you look choreographed by H. Patton and Jackie Guy, directed by Jackie Guy, written by Peter Badijo, designed by H. Patton. H. Patton is now a university lecturer. Peter Badijo, he went on to have his own company. Then we have, this one was written by Dr. Ram Dhani himself and directed by Jackie Guy. Guest choreographer Patsy Ricketts. I was wondering the impact of Kokuma Dance Company on people's work. Have they gone on to do further choreographies and build their own company? Here we have, this one was choreographed by Jackie Guy, Repercussions. And what I liked about this has got choreography by Peter Badijo, directed by Jackie Guy. And here they have African sounds, Caribbean rhythms, American jazz. It would be great to see this work. I didn't see, you know, it'd be great. Cecilyn Johnson and Ursula Lawrence. So they got female choreographers as well. So I like the collaborations. It was great, the opportunities here for artists to develop their craft, not just dancers, but choreographers, set designers, and musicians. And here again, choreographed by Jackie Guy and Kofi Coco. Amazing. This one was a Spirit of the Carnival. This one was choreographed by Jackie Guy and Kofi Coco. Kofi Coco later on worked with Peter Badijo and Sissy Agbe Aye. So the fruit, you know, all these layers, you know, which is enabling all these artists to perfect their work. This is a mosaic of beats that cover every surface of the auditorium and at that time. So if you're really interested in this, have a look at, I'm going to leave the link to Dr. Ram Dhani's thesis, which was through Warwick University. So I'm going to leave the link down below. Also, I'll leave the link to the video, which is on, it's just a small video. If you want to see it, just to remember, it's on BBC Bitesize. Also, I will leave the link to Regenerations. If you wish to find out more information about Kokuma, I know Deborah Badu's State of Emergency, there is a historical site that has more information on Kokuma. Also, Serendipity, One Dance, or Dad, I believe they should have more information. If you are looking for information, you could go on to Warwick University, follow the trail from Dr. Ram Dhani's thesis, and that should give you more information. There's African dance companies in the UK. So have a look at those, because this is authentic work. Yes, it's authentic. Yeah, so if you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, leave a comment, please. I would like to know your opinion. And yeah, that's me for today. So that's me for today. So take care, and I hope you enjoy. Bye.